Hello, and welcome back to the Striha Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Parker Striha, and on today's episode, we are going to be discussing the retirement of arguably the greatest professional athlete of all time, Tom Brady. I'm by no means a professional, but I do love talking about sports, so thank you for joining me. February 1st, 2022 will now forever be a huge day in the minds of NFL fans, as the greatest player of all time officially announced his retirement from the league. Quarterback Tom Brady posted a statement on Instagram that had confirmed many reports and rumors about his retirement. After 22 illustrious seasons, Brady's departure completely shakes the league up. Tom Brady was drafted by the New England Patriots with the 199th overall pick in the 2000 NFL Draft out of the University of Michigan. He was one of 4 quarterbacks that New England kept on the roster during his rookie year, and he ended the season as the second string behind starter Drew Bledsoe. His second year in the league, despite not being amazing statistic-wise, was much more eventful than his rookie year. After starting quarterback Drew Bledsoe got hurt in Week 2, it was Tom Brady's time to shine. He led the Patriots to an 11-3 record when he was the starting quarterback to go along with a first-round bye in the playoffs. He didn't stop there, though. After beating the Oakland Raiders in the infamous Tuck Rule game, Brady and the Patriots traveled to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to take on the number 1 seed Steelers. After leaving with a 24-17 victory, the Patriots were headed to the Super Bowl. It wasn't going to be an easy game to win for New England, as they were playing the St. Louis Rams and the greatest show on turf. The Rams and the world were shocked when Adam Vinatieri hit a 48-yard field goal as time expired to give the Patriots a 20-17 victory and a Super Bowl championship. Tom Brady threw for only 145 yards and 1 touchdown, but he was still named Super Bowl MVP. Little did everyone know that this game would be the start of the greatest career in NFL history. During the rest of his 20-year career in New England, Brady led the Patriots to 8 more Super Bowls and 5 more Super Bowl championships. In 2004, they defeated the Carolina Panthers 32-29, and Tom Brady was named Super Bowl MVP. In 2005, they defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21. In 2008, they lost to the New York Giants 17-14. In 2012, they lost again to the New York Giants 21-17. In 2015, they defeated the Seattle Seahawks 28-24 when Tom Brady was named the Super Bowl MVP. In 2017, they defeated the Atlanta Falcons in the most famous Super Bowl comeback of all time, with the final score of 34-28. Tom Brady was named Super Bowl MVP. In 2018, they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 41-33. And in 2019, they defeated the Los Angeles Rams 13-3. After 20 seasons in New England, Tom Brady left with one of the greatest careers ever, and he held almost every major Patriot passing record imaginable. The best quarterback win-loss record at 218, 64, and 0. Most completions of all time, 6,377. Most passing attempts all time, 9,988. Most career passing yards, 74,571. Most career passing touchdowns, 541. Most passing yards in a game, 517. Most passing touchdowns in a game, 6. Tom Brady also holds almost every important passing record in New England's Patriots' postseason history, and it's not even close. Most career postseason passing yards, 11,388. Most career postseason passing touchdowns, 73. Most career postseason pass attempts, 1,626. Most career postseason pass completions, 1,025. Most career postseason interceptions, 35. Most passing yards in a playoff game, 505. Most passing touchdowns in a playoff game, 6. Most passing attempts in a playoff game, 62. And the most passing completions in a playoff game with 43. He finished his 20-year stint in New England with his final stats being 74,571 passing yards, 541 touchdowns, and 179 interceptions. He had a 6-3 Super Bowl record and 4 Super Bowl MVPs. He had 3 league MVPs. He had 2 Offensive Players of the Year awards. He was a 14-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time first-team All-Pro. After his 20 years in New England, Tom Brady decided to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 2-year, $50 million deal. Tom Brady's presence in Tampa made a lot of players want to play for the Bucs in hopes of winning a championship. Guys like longtime Tom Brady teammate Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, and LaShawn McCoy all made their way to Tampa in one way or another before the season ended. During the regular season, Tom Brady threw for 4,633 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. The Bucs finished the season 11-5 and claimed the number 5 seed in the NFC. After making their way out of the NFC, Tampa Bay played the Kansas City Chiefs and defeated them 31-9 to win Tom Brady's 7th ring and the Buccaneers' 2nd. Tom Brady was also named the Super Bowl MVP. The following season, the Buccaneers kept almost the same team intact with the goal to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Brady and the Bucs went 13-4 and claimed the number 2 seed, despite multiple injuries and team drama. Brady, in what would be his final season, threw for 5,316 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. The Buccaneers beat the Eagles handily in the wild card round of the playoffs and then hosted the Rams in the divisional round. His last run for the Lombardi Trophy was shut down in the divisional round of the playoffs when the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Buccaneers 30-27. In just 2 seasons in Tampa Bay, Tom Brady quickly rose up the ranks of the Buccaneers' all-time passing records. 7th all-time in passing yards, 9,949. 2nd all-time in passing touchdowns, 83. 5th all-time in quarterback wins, 24. 8th all-time in passing attempts, 1,329. 7th all-time in passing completions, 886. 5th most passing yards in a game, 432. Most passing touchdowns in a game, 5. 6th most passing attempts in a game, 55. Most passing completions in a game, 41. Most passing yards in a playoff game, 381. Most passing touchdowns in a playoff game, 3. Most passing attempts in a playoff game, 54. Most passing completions in a playoff game, 30. 2nd most passing yards in a Super Bowl, 201. Most passing touchdowns in a Super Bowl, 3. 2nd most passing attempts in a Super Bowl, 29. And the most passing completions in a Super Bowl with 20. Tom Brady retires with a list of NFL records that players and fans alike simply have to look at in shock and adoration. Most passing yards, 84,520. Most passing touchdowns, 624. Most pass attempts, 11,317. Most completions, 7,263. Most wins as a starting quarterback, 243. Most 3,000-yard passing seasons, 19. Most 20 passing touchdown seasons, 19. Most quarterback starts, 316. Most games by a quarterback, 318. Oldest quarterback to start and win a game, 44. Oldest player to play in and win a Super Bowl, 43. Most Super Bowl wins, 7. Most Super Bowl appearances, 10. Most Super Bowl passing yards, 3,039. Most Super Bowl passing touchdowns, 21. Most Super Bowl completions, 277. Most Super Bowl pass attempts, 421. Most passing yards in a Super Bowl, 505. Most completions in a Super Bowl, 43. Most pass attempts in a Super Bowl, 62. Most playoff wins, 35. Most playoff games, 47. Most playoff passing yards, 13,049. Most playoff passing touchdowns, 86. Most playoff completions, 1,165. Most playoff pass attempts, 1,855. Most games with a touchdown pass, 275. Most games with multiple touchdown passes, 198. Most games with 3 passing touchdowns, 101. Most games with 4 passing touchdowns, 39. The list goes on, but I think you get the point. I think it was only right to list a small fraction of the NFL records that Tom Brady holds in remembrance of his legendary career. Here are some crazy facts about Tom Brady's career. He has the same amount of postseason wins as the Dallas Cowboys, despite becoming a starting quarterback 41 years after the Cowboys became a team. He had more passing touchdowns in his 40s than he did in his 20s. He has won 193 more games in his career than he lost in the regular season and the playoffs. He retires with more Super Bowl wins than any other team in the league. He also never had a losing season as a starting quarterback. It was also announced that Tom Brady would sign a one-day contract to officially retire as a New England Patriot. Although he wasn't always liked, Tom Brady retires as undoubtedly the greatest and most accomplished player in NFL history. He would be inducted into the Hall of Fame tomorrow if it was possible. I just hope that people can sit back and realize the greatness that they witnessed for the last 22 years. I'm your host, Parker Striha, and this has been the Striha Sports Podcast. Our random sport fact of the day is that the fastest 40-yard dash ran in the history of the NFL Combine was a 4.22 by John Ross in 2017. As always, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video gets posted.